Hello, and welcome to another Michael Brooks podcast. So, yesterday's blog post and podcast episode was kind of an off the cuff post or content. I didn't really know what to write the day before. I was kind of stuck for ideas. And I even asked my wife, like, what should I write about today? When it was going to be scheduled for yesterday, which would have been the next day. Um, and yeah, so I asked her, and she said, "Got no idea," because she doesn't know the kind of stuff that I like think about. So she wasn't really able to offer me any advice. And I was just stuck for ideas. Really, I went to Twitter, Reddit, my usual places to look for ideas on specific content and topics, and I just couldn't find a single thing. My mind was just completely blank. So I decided to just Google writing prompts to see what turns up because I've heard people use writing prompts before. In fact, I've used writing prompts in the past. One of my Twitter followers, or someone I follow on Twitter, posted a writing prompt. I can't remember what the topic was, but it's in a previous blog post. And I wrote content based on that writing prompt. So I just thought, I'll Google it, see what turns up, see if I can find anything of interest. And there was a website called Readsy Prompts, which I will post a link down in the description of this podcast episode, so you guys can check it out. But basically, there's like a drop down, and you can select different genres from adventure, comedy, creative nonfiction for kids, general, and loads of others. And I selected creative nonfiction just to see what turns up. Now, there isn't many, but I could see one that kind of piqued my interest. And it says, write about your most unique experience at or in a wedding. And I haven't been to many weddings, so I haven't really got any unique or interesting experiences at any of them. But then I remembered one of my wife's wedding and was like, I could write up a blog post on that. And that's exactly what I did. So, hence the content from yesterday. And it was all generated because of a writing prompt. So, basically, what I'm saying to you guys is if you're stuck for writing or stuck for ideas, take a look at writing prompts from different websites and see if you can use any of those prompts as inspiration, because it actually became one of my best performance content. I actually got 28 views on the first day, which is probably the most views I've had on a blog post on its first day, which I know that, it doesn't seem like a lot to a lot of people, but to me, that was a lot, especially on the first day. And for something that was kind of off the cuff and I didn't really know what to write about or podcast about, it just amazed me that something so off the cuff could, be so popular. And that's what I'm basically trying to say to you guys is, even if you don't know what to write, maybe one of these writing prompt um, topics could actually generate a lot more interest and you could gain followers from it. I actually did gain a new follower yesterday, and I believe it was off of that um, episode or blog post. Sorry. So, yeah, it's amazing what can happen through just thinking up of ideas and just through random ideas thrown up together on a web page, So yeah, try writing prompts a go if you haven't given them a go before. If you have, then it works for you. And let me know if you let me know the content that you make based on a writing prompt. You can always leave a message to each of these podcast episodes if you go on to michaelbrooks.co.uk/podcast. it will redirect you to my Anchor page where you can then leave a message. And I would love to have messages come in, and so we can have more conversations. Bring in more conversational podcasts because I think that would be amazing. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, please support me on my Ko-fi page because that would mean an awful lot. You can actually follow me if you have a Ko-fi profile. If not, you can support me. And you support me in other ways by following this podcast, giving it a rating. You can follow me on Twitter. Any way to support me would mean an awful lot to me. And I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you've had a good week and continue to have a good week. And I will speak to you tomorrow.